Hi Dee. This is the day after my railroad track investigation. There's a little piece of the railroad track that you can see. There are little places like right here that cross and go down on this side, down through there. This side here, and I don't know if you can look out there and see. Walk down here a little bit. The tag alders. Ouch, 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 ouch. Some of this is stomped down. But this is the very end of a private horse pasture out there where you can see the very brightness. And in that direction, you can't see it, but in that direction you can just barely see the barn. There's no posted signs right here, but I know this is private property. And as I look in here, it's pines. And I do actually see, I'm going to walk straight to it and then leave. I do actually see a leaned tree and a broke off tree with no roots, making a giant X right here. This out here is very interesting too. This is a four-wheel trailer, or a four-wheel trail for four-wheelers that this guy has. So I know I'm out here on his space. That freaked me out right there, but it's two double sets of prints from a deer that look like claw marks. I don't think they can see me from the house, but you never know. All of this structure right here is pushed down in one direction, but everything in here has roots. And apparently was not done, well, maybe it was done at the same time. There's another, this one right here goes crossways across it. But it's broken. These may not have all fell at the same exact time, but it very, very easily could have been a very heavy wind. And I might be on state land, doubting it. I might be on state land because right there, out in front of me, there's a posted sign and another posted sign. So I might actually be on state land right here. Here's something interesting. This one was broken off. And this one, little one here, is set across it up against that tree. Obviously didn't fall there because all these little limbs are still intact. So there is a little bit of sign out here. And then I walked in on the trail that was going in that direction. And I walked down the four-wheel trail a little bit. I know the railroad tracks are right there. And that looks like another trail out to the railroad tracks. I don't have my boots on. Yep, the railroad tracks are right there. Don't have my boots on, so I won't be going anywhere where it's really wet. And this trail kind of cuts through the trees up to approximately where I was. There is a little bit of sign there, but it looks relatively old. Yeah, I was just up on the other side of this thing here. So I'm gonna cut and start it in a minute. All right, going down the other side, away from the horse farm. That didn't have any big footprints in it, and although there is what looks like a path coming down off of there, there is no discernible good. Oh, there is a deer path. You can see on the ground that there's deer prints. Oh, nah, squatchies don't come through here. This is way too dry and brittle, and if I can't sneak my way through it, something bigger than me isn't going to be able to do it either without breaking something. All right, there's nothing on that side. All right, you'll remember this place. Now you can actually see, this is where I was last night on the railroad tracks. There's the railroad tracks. That's the big open beaver marsh. That way, I'll hold you up, but maybe you can see there's open water in a pond over there. Can you see that water? But you can walk around the pond, but this is all water underneath this stuff. Not that they can't walk out in here, but that's why I was here last night, because it's the beginning of the beaver marsh. Now, I was way out in those big woods right there. It's actually over in there is where that big birch tree is, out in that direction. And I was over there past where those woods start, another field over, but over in that direction is where the little beaver dam was, where I did that investigation. I just wanted you to see a nice slow, during the day, what I was dealing with last night in the dark. Really nothing. And back over that way, you can see kind of out, but back over that way is a horse farm. I'm far enough away from that farm where they can't really hear me yelling for Kyle and call the cops. There's somebody lost out there. But I just wanted you to see where I was and what I was doing, just in case you have a feeling of where I should go. And I'm going to continue on down this way, down the tracks. Bye for now. I'm back. I walked a couple hundred yards. That's obviously the posted land that I was showing you the posted signs for before, but this is open water for 50 yards. And this side has now turned into real actual beaver swamp instead of a beaver marsh. You can see open water that's all linked, open water that goes for a long ways. This is the actual beaver swamp. As you can see, down the tracks, it is not easy to get here at all, and there would be no reason for me to go further than I did last night. Not that they can't walk through thigh-deep swamp water, but why would they, just to come, because they know I can easily, and I do, go to places where they can get to if they want to come and see you. And every time I say Kyle, they know who it is, so they probably ignored me last night because it's too hard to get here. Or they weren't within earshot, it could be. I don't know. I'm sure they move around. Can't see them every single time you come out. You tend to go to the same spots where you do see them, so they expect you there. I haven't gone back to the same spot yet, although I do walk through my particular part of the woods almost every day. But anyway, here is a little piece of the beaver swamp. I'm going to keep going in that direction towards the bridge that's down. Back again, walked another 250 yards. This is the posted side. Out there where everything is shiny, that's all water. There's ducks swimming around out there. You can see that this is, and this side is all now just water, dead trees and water. The beavers have total domain out here because this is nothing but water. Just as I was going to turn my video on, just in that direction, in that bit of open water right there where you can see the lily pads directly in the center of the screen, it looked like something big took 3 or 4 steps and a lot of waves, and a bunch of these ducks that were over here flew away. And I suppose Bigfoots could hunt ducks if they stood still enough. The duck would just kind of like paddle by and he could reach out and grab one, but it could literally have been 2 or 3 ducks that just swam out of sight. But anyway, this is all obviously open water on this side and on this side, so in order to quickly and easily for them to do anything, they would have to walk down these tracks, which is not easy. And I'm not sure, you can hear some type of equipment. I'm not really all that far, maybe a half a mile from the highway. I'm going to hit that bridge here shortly because that bridge is very much closer to the highway on the other side than it is to my side. But I'll hit some really big woods after the beaver pond, and I'm going to see if there's any Sasquatch stuff in there. Alright, next. Here you go, D. I came to not the end of what I could do, but to the end of the line here. Obvious that those tracks are free floating and that this was the bridge, and there's the beaver dam, open beaver swamp. You can tell this is old. All these trees are completely dead. Off in the distance would be the way around until you get over there. That's a hump right there, and you can hear the cars. The cars are only a quarter of a mile now, maybe, just on the other side of those big trees. But that's private property over there. The state land ends where those trees start. And I was pretty much straight across in here to maybe back to the right just a little bit. I can get back through this mess over here. Alright, I can see. It was supposed to rain all day today and it cleared up. Anyway, this is the main part, or the first part of the beaver swamp. There's some really big beaver huts out there. But straight across, maybe over that way, is where I was at that great big brown birch, if you watched that part of my shorts. Out in the woods where you said what was out and to the left, and I said this is what's out and to the left as far as I can go. Well, this is across the swamp from out and to the left. There's no way. I said again. I try not to do that. This is most likely the tall men are not going to come anywhere out here. This is why I did not keep going last night on my railroad track video. Maybe out in the reeds way on the other side. If I get this to, that's about the magnification that my eyes normally see in, 2.2. That's relatively what my eyes are seeing. Let me turn this sideways like this. I don't know if the video will do that or not. There's the wide view of it. But I don't foresee the tall men coming across the deep water over to the railroad tracks for any good reason. If somebody chased them over here, I could see them going across where people couldn't go, but as you well know, they like to go where people aren't, and there's, in this direction, pull you back out, that's in, this is out, where you can hear, there's people own this, houses, big road over that way, and nothing that way, literally until you get out past those bunkers where I was the other night, or last week, and that's 2.5 miles from here. And it's all state land, all through there, swamps, hills, forest, and that's probably why they're in here. People do hunt it in the fall, which is might be another reason why I'm not seeing anything now, hearing much. They bail out right before hunting season, go someplace where hunters don't normally go, like maybe out here in the swamp. I don't know exactly, and nobody does, I guess, but if it was me, I would get the hell away from hunters. But this is the end of the line for me. I could walk out to that other road, but that set of big trees there is private property, and then doesn't keep Sasquatch out of there, but it's gonna keep me out. Plus, I don't want to walk across those rails and test my tightrope walking ability to get over to see if I can see anything out into those trees. So there was a little bit of what I could tell was tall men out there by the nice woman who owns, I think her name's Tracy, a nice woman who owns the horse farm. There was an X out there, but that looked pretty old. Most of what I'm seeing is around my house and what was across the street on the other side of that beaver dam, and out where the no-no tree is. That's where the most activity looks like it happens. So we will wait to hear back from you and see if you have a direction from the beaver dam back that way. Should I go back towards the no-no tree? Should I go back out past the small beaver dam, or back out by the bunkers? I'd feel pretty safe doing an investigation standing right here, because they can't get to me without a massive amount of effort with me seeing them first. Alright, this is the end. Bye for now, D.